suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah. Jack it up.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel. A long time no see, isn't it, pretty much here on the We Are City channel. We've had a few weeks off and we are now back and ready for the Euro tournament. Of course, the Euros did start on Friday and Italy kicked it off with a 3-0 win, didn't they? And they look really impressive, Italy. And if you did watch our little Euros prediction, you will see that Italy is the team that I've predicted to win the Euros, whereas Alex, I think he said that he thought that France and Portugal were favourites. I've gone with Italy. I'm hoping that comes right, actually. I do like Italy, and of course, Roberto Mancini, ex-Manchester City man, who used to manage City, is there in charge of the Italians now. We've got a couple of people in the live chat already. Conrad Play says, come on, Farron. That's good to see. Hi, all, says Julie. Adwatdex says, hi, hello to you, Adwatdex. Good to have you. It's been a while, hasn't it? Been a while. I've managed to enjoy some of the sun. Had a little bit of a break of doing the lives and things. But I'm back now, and what a better game to come back to watch Spain versus Sweden today. England, of course, won as well. That was good to see. England won 1-0, didn't they? A Raheem Sterling goal. And City players are coming important, aren't they? I needed a break, I think, after that Champions League performance that City put in. And if we never mention that Champions League performance again, that'd be great. I think I'm still, sort of shell-shocked. PTSD after that absolute shocking performance from Manchester City in the Champions League final. And I don't want to be reminded of it. It's all in my head. A new season's coming. It's about the Euros now, isn't it? And everyone wants to see England win. I don't think we will see England win. I think there's a lot of good sides in the tournament this year, actually. I've been very impressed with some of the games I've watched. The Netherlands-Ukraine game I didn't manage to catch, but apparently that was a really good one. And the Netherlands impressed despite their sort of frailty at the back. Nathan Ake with a wonderful cross that came in for Denzel Dumfries at the back post to head it to give those a 3-2 win over Ukraine. Zinchenko starred in that game. A lot of City players starring in these Euro games. And it's a shame on the João Cancelo front, isn't it, in fact, that he has actually tested positive for COVID-19, so he won't be playing for Portugal in the Euros, which is a massive shame, days before his game, which is tomorrow, where we will be covering the Portugal game on this channel also. So it's Spain versus Sweden today. And what next is, it's funny seeing Laporte in a Spanish shirt. It is, and there's been lots of news coming out about Aymeric Laporte today, hasn't there? In a Manchester City shirt, saying that he wants to leave the club, he wants to go to Atletico, he wants to go to Madrid, he wants to go to Barca. Well, if he's not willing to fight for his place, if he's got such a weak mentality, then see you later, Aymeric Laporte. Adios, since you're now a Spaniard, but we'll see how it goes with that. We're not quite sure. This is the Spain side. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen, and there is 3 Manchester City players in this starting Spain side. So Unai Simon starts in goal, the Bilbao goalkeeper. Now, for people that don't watch Spain, you might be a little bit surprised, especially if you're only a Premier League watcher. You think, well, why is David De Gea not in there? Expel's here as well in the comments. Hi to you, Expel. Why is David De Gea not in this Spain starting 11? Unai Simon is by far Luis Enrique's starting goalkeeper because of his ability with his feet, and he's a little bit overconfident, the Bilbao man, at times. Trust me, with his feet, he doesn't know what he's doing sometimes. Really overconfident. He thinks he's Edison and he's not, but that's the modern day goalkeeper. They've got Marcos Llorente at right back, which is an odd choice really, but he's such a versatile player. Llorente can play pretty much anywhere. Aymeric Laporte, of course, from French to Spanish now. Pau Torres, the Villarreal man, won the Europa League with Villarreal this season. Top player, and don't be surprised if you see him in a sky blue shirt next season as a replacement for Aymeric Laporte. And 2 left-footers in defence, which is a bit of an odd one in the modern day game. We usually see 2 right-footers, rarely see 2 left-footers partner each other, but we see Laporte and Pau Torres, they are partners today. They've got Jordi Alba at left back, a midfield 3 of Koke, Rodri and Pedri. Young Pedri's in there today, which I didn't expect, actually. Personally, I expected Dani Olmo to be in that position, who is starting, and maybe Mikel Oyarzabal on the wing, but instead it is Dani Olmo through the middle. On the right, a man we know well, Ferran Torres. On the left, Dani Olmo, a name we just mentioned, and through the middle, it's Alvaro Morata, and that is, if you do support Spain, probably the worst thing you could see, really, Morata. But they've got no one else, have they? Spain really do not have another striker. And Morata it is. Just Morata is... I'm not a fan of Morata at all. One moment he looks like this absolutely ridiculous forward. The next minute he's absolutely shocking. I what next says Morata's the new Werner. Yeah, he's a really... I think he's a really poor player. I don't think he's even a striker for link-up play. His finishing is atrocious. But, I mean, Luis Enrique-wise... Why, as the manager, which is my only question of Enrique, I think he's a very good manager, I like the way his team plays. He understands that the quality of Spain is different now. They have to play in a different way to what they've played like in previous years. Why not take Iago Aspas? I don't understand that. Or why not start Gerard Moreno? Gerard Moreno, one of the I think the top goal scoring Spaniard in La Liga. He's not even in there, and he should be starting, I believe, for Spain. I think Gerard Moreno for the middle, Oyarzabal on the left-hand side, and I wouldn't start Pedri personally. I'd put Dani Olmo in that midfield. But that's just personal opinion from the players that I know, the players that I watch. I'd personally go with that, although I think Pedri is a top talent. What is he, 18 years of age, Pedri? Definitely thrown in the deep end, isn't he? Playing such a big game for this team, Spain, in an important tournament. As for Sweden, they've gone with a 4-4-2, as you expect. They're going to try and keep it compact, aren't they, Sweden? Hit Spain on the counter, because Spain will keep the ball, they will pass it around, and they do have a really good team for counter-attacking. The key man, in my eyes, the one that you need to keep an eye on, and the one that, if you know me on this channel, I tend to mention a lot as my top pick for Sergio Aguero replacement if we're going outside of Haaland, we're going outside of Kane, and so on. It's Alexander Isak, the striker. I think he's about 6'4", the big man. Young player of the season for Real Sociedad this season for the Basque side. He is an absolutely incredible player. He really, really is. We're going to see his quality today. I think he's got a big test in his hands against Laporte and Torres, but I think he really is a top player. He's got a really good first touch. He just sort of, the way for a striker he reads the game, he's not really, when I said he's 6'4" or something, you talk about a big man, you're thinking, right, someone who's good in the air, someone who's going to win the aerial battles, who can hold up the ball. That's the guy who's playing next to him, Berg. He's not that sort of player. He wants to run in behind. He's technical. He's good with his feet. And I'm really impressed with him every time I see him play. On the wings, they've got Sebastian Larsson, ex-Sunderland man, if you remember, in the Premier League. Seems to have been around for ages, Larsson. What is he, 36, 37 now? And Emil Forsberg of Leipzig on the left-hand side. They will play very narrow for Sweden. And the thing is, you think, well, a team that usually plays very narrow, wide players, sort of attacking midfielders or central midfielders more, they have, sort of fullbacks that like to bomb on. But in Lustig and Augustinsson, you've got two fullbacks there that also like to tuck in and sit back. Lustig does play as a centre-back at times. So this is a bit of an odd Sweden time. They're going to keep it really, really compact, trust me. Also neck down in the midfield, two hard-working midfielders. And, key man that you'll know at the back there, Victor Lindelof for Sweden. Very good player in my mind. Good on the ball, and he's a different player, isn't he, when he plays for Sweden compared to Manchester United? He battles for everything, and you can see why they call him, his nickname, the Iceman. Robin Olsen in goal. A terrible goalkeeper. Not one that you'd want to see, I don't think, if you're a Sweden fan. Unfortunately, they just don't really have any other goalkeepers, do they? So the players come out onto the pitch now. You'll be able to time your time up with us. The game is live on BBC over in the UK, so free to watch for everyone. And I'm watching it on BBC iPlayer on my computer, so I might be a moment or two behind. That's the way it seems to work for whatever reason. On the bench, the two sides, is the only players that I can pick out and say, that player can make a difference. Well, the only one on the Sweden bench that I can see and think, you know what, he could make a difference, is Kaysen, the number 22. Been playing pretty well in the Bundesliga, hasn't he? So maybe he's one that could make a difference for them. As for Spain, it's a different story, isn't it? Players that could make a difference. Well, Thiago is one that can really make things tick in midfield. I expect him to start as well, actually. I did expect him to start ahead of Koke, but decided against that. Jose Gaya, I think he should be starting at left back ahead of Jordi Alba. Been decided not to. Adama Traore, possibly one that could come on and make a difference. Gerard Moreno is, of course, the one. And Gerard Moreno's a very interesting striker to me. I don't know if you watch Villarreal, but he's one of those strikers that has all the elegance I've seen it described before as sort of a wooden rocking horse. He's awkward. He's very wooden. He's very stiff in his movement. He's not elegant, but just things seem to click for him. Every time he gets the ball, he seems to find the right pass. He seems to hit the right shot. He likes to aim for the bottom corners. I really do like him. Oyarzabal as well, top quality player. Another one that's very underrated, I think, by people who don't really watch much La Liga. So the national anthem of Sweden has just been played. We'll be hitting the Spanish national anthem very soon. Adwat Deck says Morata is the new Werner. Of course, he said that before. I read that before. He says Olmo used to play at Chelsea, I think. I'm not sure of that one. I know Dani Olmo did play. He came through Barcelona's youth system. He went abroad, didn't he, Dani Olmo, and then came back. Where did he come from now to join Leipzig? It was a side that you weren't expecting to play for, in fact. And Expel says counter-attack for Sweden. Yes, exactly, Expel. Sweden going to keep it compact, like I was saying. The wingers play narrow. The fullbacks play narrow. That's 2 banks of 4, narrow banks of 4. Berg's a hold-up man. And Alexander Isak's the man who's going to be sort of the link-up between, I think, the midfield and Berg. He'll be linking up the passes. He's going to make runs in behind. And he's the danger man for Spain. If they can keep Isak quiet, I think they'll definitely fancy their chances. Maybe the only other issue Spain might struggle with is Olsen and Ekdal. They will, have a shot from range, the same as Forsberg and Larsen. They do like to have a couple of pot shots. They don't always come off, of course, but they might. And Rodri in there as well, instead of Sergio Busquets, who did test positive to COVID. I'm not sure whether he will be put into the squad for Spain at some point throughout the tournament, or he's not allowed back in. The rules are a bit vague on that one at the moment. So the national anthem of España plays. It is being played in Seville, I believe, this game. A couple of Seville shirts in the stadium there for the fans. And I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping for a Spain win today. So we'll go through the team one more time for you guys to know. It's on your left-hand side, but I'll read it out if it's too small. So Unai Simon in goal for Spain. Marcos Llorente, Pau Torres, Aymeric Laporte and Jordi Alba in the fullback positions. They've got Rodri, Dani Olmo and Koke in the midfield. And then, of course, Ferran Torres as well on the wings with Morata and Pedri. So that's a very good Spain side. Like I said, the likes of Fabian Ruiz, Adama Traore, Mikel Oyarzabal on the bench as well. As for Sweden, they've gone with Robin Olsen in goal. It's Lustig. Lindelof at the back. Augustinsson as well at left back. Forsberg and Larsen in those sort of very narrow wide positions. Got a Croatian referee, I believe, today. Ekdal and Olsen in the midfield. And then, of course, up top, Isak and Berg. The captains for the two sides, Sebastian Larsen and Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba, personally, I think is a very odd choice for captain. Mentality-wise, he's not the strongest, is it? Linus says, great to see 3 City players in the Spanish team. Yeah, 3 City players all starting for Spain. And, of course, one ex-Manchester City player on the bench in Eric Garcia, who's recently left to join Barcelona. And if you do read the newspapers and listen to the news, apparently every City player is joining Barcelona this summer. The City nutritionist has just joined Barcelona today. And all the players are going as well. Not sure what's going on there. So I read a really interesting post, actually, which was like news of a conspiracy theory that Juan Laporta, the president of Barcelona, left. He let Pep leave. He got Pep to manage Manchester City and sort of destroy City from the inside. And then Laporta's come back, and next year Pep will rejoin Barcelona. And they were saying things like it was really good whoever come up with it. The idea that Messi to City is actually a code for City to Messi, because in Arabic things are written from not left to right but right to left, so it's backwards. And City have sold Garcia and Sergio Aguero to Barcelona, and the rest of the team are going there as well. I've no idea. It was quite interesting though. Good conspiracy theories. It's somewhere on Twitter if you want to go and read that. Expel says he's going for a draw between the two sides. I think it'd be a tough one, for Spain. I think it'd be a real tough one for Spain. Good quality in this Sweden side, and they're going to be tough to break down. But I'm expecting a Spain win, surely. Let us know in the comments down below, guys, in the live chat. Who do you think will win this game? What will the score be? Surely one of you get it right. There's a couple of Swedes there, dancing in the stands. Nice hat there. Football. And the blue and yellow. La Roja, the Spanish side, the Reds. As the flags fly. So not long till kick-off now. Moments away from Spain versus Sweden. Like I said, the clock will come on the timer, so if you want to time your timer up with us, so the commentary's in the same time. If you're watching on live TV, you can just pause it, hang on till the clock time's up, and press play, because I will be a few minutes behind, I assume, especially when I've just seen it's 8 o'clock here. 2 minutes past 8, although the kick-off has been delayed, as there is a hole in the side of the net that they're having to fix. So the Spanish goal is having to be fixed by the onside Pitch assistance. This is going to be a problem for UEFA, won't it? They'll be handing out the fines here to the groundsman. They don't like the matches are overrunning by any minutes, do they, at all? Hopefully, kickoff's not too far away. Players just knocking a ball around here in Seville. The Spaniards. Yellow versus red. Looks really good, this game, in this stadium, doesn't it? I think it's going to be a good match, I really do. Hopefully, an exciting game. The net's been finished being repaired now, so we should be ready for kickoff. And if you're not subscribed, by the way, please do subscribe. So, there we are, Spain versus Sweden. First game of this major tournament for both sides. Let's see how it goes. Julius's iPlay is around 3 minutes behind. Well, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Hopefully I'm not too far behind you guys then. And Linda's gone for the 2-1 to Spain. Well, that'd be a good result for Spain. Wouldn't it? Any win in the group's a massive one. Of course, if you watched the group game before this, Poland and Slovakia, an upset was caused by Slovakia. A 2-1 win over Poland. Robert Lewandowski could do nothing to help his side. Even get a point, a rescue point in the latter minutes of this game. And it was a really good goal from defender Milan Skriniar for Slovakia from a corner. Here's Koke. Ferran Torres. Let's see how impressive Ferran is today. And we see, noticed straight away, Aymeric Laporte playing on the right-hand side of the defence. Pau Torres on the left-hand side. And if you think Aymeric Laporte's good on the ball, Pau Torres is probably just as good. Top quality player. Here's Pedri in space. Ball in behind to Morata here. Foul on Pedri by it. Olsen. Referee thinks not. Jordi Alba slices it away. Isak. A little push in the back there from Laporte's not enough to stop Forsberg getting on the counter here. Here is Emil Forsberg. Oscar over the top here. For fullback. Ferran Torres back in the ball for Spain. And that's another foul. Ekdal this time in the midfield. Couple of niggle little fouls, isn't there, by Sweden at the start. You know, just clipping the ankles of the Spanish players. Here's Torres. Laporte. Sweden will look to invite pressure and break with their speed, says Expel. Quite right, Expel. Isak is the man that's going to be the danger man, I believe, all game for Spain. And Spain will be looking out to try and make sure they can handle him. Of course, I think Torres and Laporte at the back. Two good, quick defenders. Expel says, please, everyone should put Ericsson in praise. Well, quite right, Expel. I was watching that game, and honestly, it was absolutely shocking, wasn't it? And I'm so glad that Ericsson not yet made a full recovery, but he's awake and everything looks to be going well at the moment. But it was a big worry. It was a big worry, honestly. Very hard to watch. And the TV coverage was absolutely disgraceful, wasn't it? That's something that needs to be mentioned of that. Ferran Torres is just trying to cross into the box. It was a really nice cross. Of course, Alvaro Morata wasn't there. Dani Olmo did attack it across the front post. Lustig just heads it behind for a corner. No nonsense stuff. I think he panicked. No real shout from his teammates, though, to tell him that there was space there to take some time. The cross comes in. Headed by Torres. Knocked away by Larson. Only as far as Marcos Llorente. Of course, a Real Madrid reject. And now a key player for Atletico Madrid. What a top player he is. Midfield, winger, striker he's played this season. Fullback he's playing for Spain. Such a well-rounded player is Marcos Llorente. Here's Rodri. Pedri. Jordi Alba. In behind Alba here. Not enough. Back to Koke. And again, Alba across the box. Morata. Good layoff by Morata. Switch wide to Llorente. This is good from Spain. Laporte. They've looked good so far. Bit of a late tackle, Aymeric Laporte there by Berg. Just let him know he's there. Laporte wasn't happy with it. Here is Laporte. Good bit of play from the Spaniard. Llorente. Pedri. Rodri. Spain keeping possession. They're working this Swedish defence. And as you can see, look how narrow Sweden are as a team. They'll shift from right to left as the ball's played over. A very narrow side. That's how they're going to defend today. Here's Jordi Alba. Tell you what, the quality of a BBC iPlayer is absolutely shocking. Potato quality, as they sometimes call it. Here's Morata. Laporte, the number 24. Llorente once again on this right-hand side. Ferran Torres holding the width. Llorente into Pedri. Good little turn from Pedri. Torres. Koke. Alba back to Koke. Oh, nice ball by Koke over the top to Jordi Alba. Gets a cross across the box. It's a great cross. Guess who's in the wrong place at the wrong time? Again, it's Alvaro Morata. Ferran Torres had to gamble, I feel, towards the far post. He didn't. Good play from Jordi Alba and Koke. Great ball over the top by Koke, by the way. And again, no-nonsense stuff from Sweden, the fullback. Just puts it out for a corner. Sweden have just got to hang on maybe 15-20 minutes. Get a foothold in this game, then try and counter. Scuffling in the box around the goalkeeper, Robin Olsen. Referee. Give a bit of a talk. And I believe the referee's Slovenian, not Croatian. As I said at the start of the game. Crossing, Morata, header. Away, Olmo! Olmo gets right underneath it. There's Danny Olmo. Aiming for the top corner there. The Leipzig man. Does anyone understand why Laporte is now playing for Spain to the next spell? Well, he's never actually made a senior appearance for France. And he's got dual nationality between Spain and France. He was never going to get called up to the France squad, was he? So he decided, I want to play for Spain. I don't know how it came about, whether Luis Enrique contacted Laporte or Laporte contacted Luis Enrique, but they decided that he would play for Spain. Probably a good decision, because it's a chance for him to play for a national side in a major tournament, which he hasn't done yet at 26, 27. And he's a player of quality that he should be, shouldn't he, really? Here's Laporte, Llorente. Andrew's gone for a 3-1 to Spain. He's seen the first 7 minutes or so and decided what he thinks. Expert says you're like 6 or 7 minutes behind. Well, if I'm 7 minutes behind, that is a mile behind, but I don't think I'm 7 minutes behind. You must be watching it in the future, Expel. Here's Llorente, cross across the box, cleared away. Isak with a pressure on Rodri, well done. Rodri clears it away, good work from Isak there. Jan Andersson, the Swedish coach, on the sidelines. 5 years in charge of Sweden, apparently. So he was there in the World Cup when they obviously sort of crumbled, didn't they, at the last against Germany. There was rumours that they were bringing Zlatan Ibrahimovic back for this year's tournament, but due to an injury, they've gone against that. He wouldn't be fit anyway, I don't believe. Switch by Sweden out wide. And that's gone out of play there. Too much on the pass from Sweden. Sort of a lump ball really to Lustig on that other side. Doing what they can. Here's Aymeric Laporte. Into Llorente. Ferran Torres, great ball over the top here. Alvaro Morata. Well read by the Swedish defence, cleared away. Ferran Torres unlocking the Swedish defence here. He's put a couple of good balls in, and Luis Enrique himself has mentioned with Ferran Torres that one of the highest qualities that he has is his ability to pick a pass for his final ball, which is of high quality for a winger, and I think his finishing is of high quality as well. Sweden already wasting time here after only 9 minutes. Fullback throws it in. Laporte straight through Berg. Koke. Now Morata's foul straight for the back of him. Linda says you're around 3 minutes behind. Yeah, that's BBC iPlayer. Maybe I need to just get it on normal TV, but I'd need another screen for that. So that's something I could possibly look into. Here's Pau Torres. Captain Jordi Alba back to Torres again. Into Laporte, who's raking diagonal balls. Really did showcase his quality against Portugal in that pre-tournament friendly. Not had a chance to actually pull one of those off yet. But Torres also does that. Got it in his locker. Here's Jordi Alba. Pedri. Laporte. Good options here, Laporte. Back into Torres once again. 10 minutes played. Spain looking to break Sweden down here. Good spin by Olmo. Foul by, I think it was Lustig, the fullback. Chance for Spain to get a ball into the box here. The likes of Torres and Laporte. Big men in the box. Rodri is close as well. Clear foul. As Dani Olmo's tripped on the turn. See how it goes. Couple of big men in the box possibly. Of course, Sweden are quite a big side as well at the back. So they've got the bodies to defend this. But Spain have got a couple of bodies who can attack this as well. Koke is going to take this. Pau Torres on his toes. Cross comes in. Pretty much over everyone. Towards Rodri, I'd say. Olmo knocks it back in. Cleared away again. Sweden will look to counter. Isak. Good little pass backwards. Sweden have gone all the way back to the keeper here. Good pressing from Morata. Sweden lump it away. Well done, Rodri, by the way. Making sure Sweden had no chance of getting a counter there. Good play from the Manchester City midfielder. Here's Alba. Pedri. Oh, clattered. Here's young Pedri. Could be a yellow card here for Olsen. Talking to from the referee. No more of that, he says. It's a late challenge on Pedri. Wasn't much in it, but it was a very late challenge. Unnecessary by Olsen. He hardly touches Pedri, though. Pedri makes the most of it. Here's Alba. Here's Laporte. Spain are working the ball well around the back. Rodri. Pedri. Wide to Jordi Alba in this left-hand side position. Spain working the ball well, as we expected. Llorente. Ferran Torres again looking for that ball inside. What a ball that is into Morata, who's gone down here in the box. He had a little look at the referee, a bit sheepish really. Is it a penalty, is it not? I don't think it was ever going to be. And he played on, but good defending by the centre-back for Sweden. Really nice ball by Ferran there. Here's Llorente, throws it into Koke. Back to Llorente again. Gives it away. Battles for it and wins it back though. That's what's good about some footballers. It's really good to see. Is a player could give a ball away, make a mistake, but they use their energy to win that ball back straight away, make up for the mistake. That's what Llorente did there. Such a top quality player, honestly, Llorente, he really is. Here's Pau Torres. Into Jordi Alba. Across to Laporte against Spain. Trying to build it up from the back. Looks like at the moment it's Ferran Torres who's making the runs, who's stretching the defence, who's finding the passes. There's Llorente. Torres with a really nice run. Llorente towards the edge of the box to Pedri. Goes straight to a man in yellow. And Sweden play a ball over the top aimlessly. All the way to the feet of Unai Simon. It's a poor one. Not working at the moment for Sweden, is it? It's Pedri. Good work from Pedri. Gets a bit lucky, but keeps the ball. Every man in the Swedish half here, barring Unai Simon, the goalkeeper. Llorente. Laporte. Pedri. Wide to Albert. Expel's going watching a new video. Well, I hope you enjoy Expel. New career mode video. Into season 3 we are now, aren't we? On the Manchester City career mode. Things are going pretty well. And of course, our manager is Luis Enrique, who is the manager of Spain. Here's Laporte. Koke. Ferran Torres. Back to Koke. Spain shifting the ball from left to right. Yet to find a pass though that's really cut open Sweden. Maybe 2 or 3 so far in the first 15 minutes. Albert. Pedri. Switch of play by Pedri out to Llorente. Really good pass by Pedri. Really, really good pass. Koke. Morata. Koke with the ball into the box. It's Dani Olmo. What a save by Robin Olsen. Was it Olmo or Ferran Torres in the end of that? What a ball by Koke. Morata drops deep. Olmo and Ferran go narrow. Both make runs into the box. It's a really nice cross in by Koke. Dani Olmo with a header. Very good save by the Swedish goalkeeper Olsen. Got down to his left-hand side. Spain corner, taken quickly. Albert into the box, cleared away. Llorente. And he's going to have to go back here. Good pressing from Sweden. Just to relieve a bit of pressure for their defence. With Berg and Isak there pressing. Sweden are under a lot of pressure here. Sustained pressure as well. They yet to really have a breather, barring that little run there they had. Yet to even attack. Spain. I don't think they've even made a forward pass, Sweden. That's come off. Expel says, funnily enough, it still says Pep Guardiola on the home screen. Yeah, unfortunately, Expel, EA Sports don't allow you to change the name of a manager mid-season. So you can't actually change the name at all. It just is stuck as Pep Guardiola for whatever reason. They don't let you change it. Someone did comment on one of the videos saying, you forgot to change the name, but I can't change the name, unfortunately. Here's Morata. Wide to Albert. Here comes the captain, is it? Almost swings it into the far post to Ferran Torres. Good defending by the fullback. And I think it actually bounces off Ferran on the way out. Expel says at the beginning you said he was a poor keeper. He's just proved you wrong. He's only been playing 17 minutes, Expel. Give him time. He plays for Everton, Robin Olsen. I don't know if you've ever seen him play. I mean, that game he had against Manchester United shows how shocking he was. Unfortunately, one good save. You can't rely your whole career on it. Olsen with a big ball forward here. And actually, Sweden win the throw-in. Spain, of course, playing this game like a home game, aren't they, in Seville? A bit like England, who played at Wembley. And, of course, you've got Hungary, who play tomorrow in Budapest against Portugal. And that will be full capacity, 60,000 people. And we will be covering that game live on this channel. And that will be an interesting one. Ball forward here by Robin Olsen, the goalkeeper. Goes long. Straight to Marcus Llorente here. Spain on the attack. Llorente. Koke. Calmly done by the two Atletico players. Laporte. Koke. Ferran. Little layoff to Llorente. This is really nice stuff from Llorente and Ferran. And in the end, it's the pass from Ferran Torres to Llorente. And Llorente lets him down with a return pass. And the game's been stopped here. Handball, I think, by Jordi Alba. Replay the chance here for Spain. Olmo rises well there, isn't he? It's a good save. What a ball by Koke, though. Really good pass. Into the box. Olsen gets an arm down to it. I think Enrique feels his side should have scored that. Spain work so hard as well, don't they, off the ball. See the pressing there from Morata, from Olmo, from Ferran. One in the air by Marcus Llorente. Spain back in possession. Sweden are struggling here to even see the ball. Possession must be in the high 80s. Ball forward here. Pedri couldn't get it. And Sweden win themselves a free kick. It's a soft one. Throws himself to the floor. But again, Sweden just trying to get some of the pressure off themselves. And Sweden are struggling. I think they will maybe drop a striker into the midfield, Sweden, at some point. Get them more involved because the midfield is struggling. The midfield is really struggling. They're outmanned. 2 against 3. Here's Pau Torres into Laporte. Spain back with the possession. Spain all over Sweden. Although it doesn't mean anything in football, really, does it? You can have 100% possession nearly. If the other team gets one chance and scores it, or you put it in your own net, you win 1-0. Oh, shocking from Rodri on his left foot. Lumps it straight out. For a throw-in. Good work from Sweden, though. Good pressing. They've got a throw-in high up the pitch. Could they punish Spain and Rodri for his mistake there? Lustig comes forward for it. Looks like it's going to be a long throw into the box of Spain here. This is going to be good for Sweden. It's actually Victor Lindelof who's going to take the throw-in. Didn't know he had a long throw in him, really. We've never seen that. Manchester United, but here comes Victor Lindelof. All the big men in the box here for Sweden. Lindelof throws it in. Launched in, headed away by Rodri. And then Sweden, not sure if that's a shot by Forsberg, but it goes right up into the stands. Really poor from Forsberg. I think Sweden might feel that the only chances they're going to get are sort of pot shots like that. Like I said before the game, Larsen, Forsberg, they do like to hit shots from range. Also Ekdal as well. They will try and test Unai Simon from range and when they get the sight, but at the moment, they're not really getting a chance to do that, barring that Forsberg chance there, where he was really off balance. Facing away from goal. Rodri wide to Dani Olmo. Spain the attack here. Olmo just quickening up the tempo a little bit here. Albert, he's onside. Good play here. Chance for Spain! Oh, it's just wide. Just wide by Koke. Deflected back to him. Emil Smith Rowe says, I haven't been here for a long time. Busy with school. Don't worry, Emil Smith Rowe. This is our first stream back since the Champions League final. Are you going to stream Germany versus France tomorrow? I am. So we're doing both the Hungary-Portugal and Germany-France game tomorrow. So come and join us on the channel to enjoy those two games of football. A double whammy for you guys. Rodri, good header. Koke. Spain have just had a good chance there with Koke that he dragged wide. It's a difficult sort of technique though. Sort of the outside of his boots. Always going to curl away from the goal. Here's Laporte under pressure. Wide to Llorente. Here's Marcus Llorente bringing the ball forward for Spain. Morata's made a run, but Llorente didn't look for him. Ferran Torres just gives it straight back to Sweden. Poor pass by Ferran. He's done well, though, to win it back, though. Intercepted the pass of Sweden, and Spain go again. Rodri. Slows everything down at times, Rodri. Just needs to pick up the tempo if he can. We've seen sort of Olmo do that. Pedri at times. Players who want to run at players. Here's Ferran Torres. Given away by Llorente. Sweden trying to string a couple of passes together here, which they have done. Ekdal under pressure from Morata. It's a foul Morata by Ekdal as he won the ball back under pressure. They really are struggling, aren't they? They really are. Sweden here. Spain's press is relentless at the moment. They may tire, but one thing with Luis Enrique is he does, really concentrate on fitness of his squad. Torres, great ball in behind to Llorente. Llorente pulls it back to Ferran Torres. Big tackle in the box by Olsen. Sliding across, got a kick in the head for his trouble. Unlucky there, but Ferran Torres, good work again. Emma Smith Rowe to be doing homework at 5, but might get in the chat, but barely speak. No worries. Be great to have you. Great to have as many people as possible in these lives. And of course, I've tried to pick the most interesting games that I believe, and they all happen to be on these days. Today and tomorrow, double tomorrow. Group F is going to be the most interesting one, isn't it, by far? Corner taken short. Koke swings it in. Torres up there for the header. Cleared away. Sweden look to counter. Forsberg, little back heel to Olsen. Again, he's surrounded by 2 Spain players. Olmo, ball over the top. Knocked away by Sweden. And Musty throws that wouldn't survive with Luis if it's anything with fitness. He's a tough manager to play under, fitness-wise, Luis Enrique. Likes his side to play very aggressively, doesn't he? And I don't think he'll take them, you know, sort of relaxing in the press at any point. He wants them constantly to be pressing throughout the game. Lowe wants to do well with his last games for Germany. Well, I think he'll want to do well, Emma Smith Rowe. I don't think he will. I think Germany might be crashing out of this tournament pretty early. Sweden still can't get a pass in there. They've only completed 19 passes, Sweden, so far in the game. That is a poor start after 26 minutes. Not seen the ball at all, have the Swedes. Loace, it's been forever since I've watched a live stream on this channel. Feels good to be back. Thank you. Good to have you back, Loace. Yeah, I had a couple of weeks off, like I said. At the start of the stream, the shell shock, the PTSD from the Champions League final. I just didn't want anything to do with it, to be honest with you. With football, luckily we had a couple of weeks off, and with the Euros back, it's great to be back to watching games live with you guys, commentating on the games. Here's Ferran Torres. Koke. Rodri will look to Alba on the wide left. It's an overhit pass by Rodri though, which has allowed Sweden to increase their press. Emil Smith Rowe believes Germany with Flick will be a dangerous side because their midfield is ridiculous and Chelsea won the final on my birthday, sadly. Yeah, I think we should just not mention the Champions League final ever again, everyone on this channel. Let's try not to mention it. It was just so bad. It was unbelievable. 27 minutes going here between Spain and Sweden. It's been all Spain, but they haven't been able to capitalise. Only had maybe 1 or 2 chances, clear-cut chances anyway. Loe's gone for a 2-0 win for Spain. Probably quite a realistic score, although Sweden could try and nick it at the moment. They don't look like they're going to nick it at all. So we'll have to see. They don't look dangerous at all on the counter-attack, Sweden, to be honest with you, because they haven't been able to string 2 passes together, which has been an issue for them at the moment. Here's Laporte. Pau Torres. Pedri. Nice idea from Pedri. Albert. Just not on the same wavelength with him on that wide area. Luis Enrique's bought himself a Marcelo Bielsa box with padding on it to sit on the sidelines. The Sweden manager Anderson preferring to sit in the stands in his seat in the dugout. Throwing for Sweden here. Time wasting. They really are. Loace is a hope for Ferran. He's playing. I haven't seen the lines at all yet. Ferran's in there, Loace. On the right hand side. Olmo on the left. And Morata through the middle. Rodri also in there. And Aymeric Laporte. It's Dani Olmo. Across the box. Oh, it's another chance for the captain. Oh, Atletico Madrid. It's Koke. The ball just bobbles through to him in the box. And he steams it with the side of his foot over the bar. Arrives late in the box, does Koke. Just bobbles just up in front of him. Does this ball from Olmo. Just a really poor finish from Koke. He's got to keep that down, hasn't he, and test Olsen. Kimmich, Gundogan, Goretzka, Brandt, Havertz, Kroos and Draxler are in that Germany midfield. I know ridiculous the depth they have in midfield. Fortunately, they don't really have a striker, do they, Germany? Position they've lacked in ages. Remember, Mario Gomez, not really had a striker in years of the Germans. Miroslav Klose, an icon. Do you think if Gabriel Jesus improves his finishing, he'll not need a striker? I don't think he will improve his finishing, but I don't think they'll still sign a striker, surely. I think we'll see him playing on the wings. I've just seen a video actually of Erling Haaland on holiday with Riyad Mahrez in Greece, dancing together for whatever reason. And Mahrez tweeted that he's performing his Agent Mahrez role. Hopefully he's right, but I don't see Erling Haaland joining Manchester City. And other Manchester City news, Cole Palmer, one of our bright sparks from the youth team, has signed a 5-year contract today. Is expected to be used alongside the first team next season, which is exciting to see. Possibly the next Phil Foden. Here's Laporte. 30 minutes of this game played. All Spain. Just a lot of passing. Sweden have won the ball there in midfield, but it goes all the way back to Unai Simon. I've not seen anything from Sweden yet that even suggests they could nick this game on the counter. Germany have Werner, Volland and Nemecha, exactly. Emil Smith-Rowe, they're not good options really, are they? Here's Ferran Torres looking to take on 2 players. Beats 2 of them. He's fouled, it looks like. Rodri works it wide to Alba, crosses it in. Olmo gets a touch on it as it came through to Morata. And it deflected behind off Dani Olmo for a goal kick. Confident play from Spain, but just not that final ball. That finish they're missing. Emil Smith-Rowe didn't Nemecha play for City. He still does. He's been on loan at Anderlecht this season. He is still a City player, contract to City. I think they will sell him this summer. Here's Olsen, ball forward from the goal kick. Spain are even winning the aerial battles. I think they'll definitely take a 0-0 here, Sweden. They'll take the point. Here's Laporte, Llorente. Back they go. Laporte into Torres. Trying to work the ball. Spain into attacking areas. Sweden staying tight, defending. Absolute control from Spain. Sweden are just looking, I think, for maybe a Spanish mistake. Have you seen the swap deal, Cancelo and Bernardo for Dembele and Roberto, Emil Smith-Rowe? I can't see that happening, Emil Smith-Rowe, and it does happen. Then I truly believe that Pep Guardiola and the City board are working against City, because I don't want them to anywhere near the club. Oh, fell through to Llorente here by luck. Miscommunication in the Sweden defence. Olsen came out to it. Llorente was nearly on the end of it. The quick off his line was Robin Olsen to get on the end of it. It was Koke finding that pass once again. He's the one who's unlocking Sweden when he can. Here comes Sweden coming forward here. Laporte wins the header. Can they even win the second ball, Sweden? They do. But Spain are so quickly to win it back. Great from Olmo. This is a really good performance. Really good performance from Spain. The only thing they're lacking is the finishing touch of a goal, isn't it? And I think that's going to be their issue in the tournament this season. They just do lack a finisher. And the one man who can finish chances, Gerard Moreno, he's on the bench. Here's Rodri. Back to Aymeric Laporte. Lowe says that would be a terrible deal. Exactly the way. One player who rarely gets off the injury table. Another that even Barca fans don't want. Morata, good pressing again by him. Spain back in possession. Every time Sweden get maybe... I don't think Sweden have had more than maybe 2 or 3 continuous touches on the ball. Spain have been that, aggressive in the press. They just win the ball back instantly. They really do. Alba the captain. Olmo. Pedri. Great skill from Pedri. Emil Smith-Rowe says because of Morata's work rate and movement he starts. Yeah, maybe ahead of Gerard Moreno. Ball switched out wide here to Ferran Torres. Lovely little layoff to Marcus Llorente. Laporte. Spain knocking the ball around well. They really are, but they're lacking that finishing touch at the moment. Ferran's give the ball away under pressure. Here's Forsberg, but look at the press from Spain. 4 or 5 players around the ball. Good hold-up play, however. Sweden actually managed to pass the ball around here. Back to Robin Olsen. The issue is, he's going to send this long now and they're going to lose possession. Long it goes from Olsen. Oh, it's a knock on here. Berg up against Torres, and he's won that battle as Berg. And he's won his side of throwing. It could be another long throw-in here for Sweden. Well, that's a bit better. It's taken them 35 minutes for Sweden to actually start getting going in this game a little bit. They have started to get going. Emil Smith-Rowe has been gambling, but luckily we're not with money, only with cookies. I think France is a good bet. I don't think Belgium will win the Euros. The defence isn't good enough, is it? Especially any team with Dedrick Boyata in the centre of defence. Sweden with a cross in here. Ooh, cross in that nearly beat Simon. A cross that sort of bent towards the far post from Sebastian Larsson. Nearly sneaked into the back of the net. Had to be palmed over the top by Unai Simon. Corner Sweden. Yes, De Gea is a decent defender for Belgium, Emil Smith-Rowe, but I don't think he even starts, does he? Roberto Martinez tends to go with Dedrick Boyata. So corner for Sweden. Could they cause a massive upset and score a goal against the run of play here? Cross comes in, deflected away. Back into the box. Spain eventually clear, and it's a free kick as well. I think it's Olsen who's one of the Spanish players. I barely know anything about Boyata, says Emil Smith-Rowe. Is he any good? Well, the answer is he played for Manchester City for a very long time, came through City's youth team. I know he's not very good. He's absolutely shocking. But he plays for Berlin now. City kept him around because he actually fulfilled City's homegrown quota. Because he'd been at City for so long as a youngster, he counted as an English player despite being Belgian. Here comes Spain again. Llorente. Ball forward by Pedri. Jordi Alba, the captain. Pedri. Pau Torres. Laporte. Spain working it round the back. Looking for that killer ball. Laporte's got that in him as well, has he, for a centre-back. That long pass. Alba. Looking for a pass again. Almo. Good movement in the front line. Oh, Morata's in here. Alvaro Morata! He's put it wide of the post. He's put it wide of the post from a clear one-on-one chance. Raheem Sterling-esque. Winning the City shirt, not in an England shirt. Sterling's been firing. How has he missed this? Really should score that, Morata. Really should be scoring that. Emil Smith-Rowe says, why does Spain not play the games at the Santiago Bernabeu or Camp Nou? Well, the Santiago Bernabeu is currently being renovated, so no games are at the Bernabeu. They're being played at the training ground for Real Madrid, and they have been all season. The Camp Nou also, I think they're looking at renovating it, and trust me, Spain wouldn't play their home games in Catalonia. that wouldn't be happening. I don't know if you know about the history between, or the current sort of future, present between Catalonia and Spain, but those two don't really get on, so there'll be no games at the Camp Nou. For 38 minutes played, Morata's missed the sitter. Who'd have thought? Same old from Alvaro Morata. Here's Jordi Alba. Olmo. Olmo with a switcher play to Ferran Torres. Really nice switcher play. He looks very impressive, Danny Olmo. Here is Ferran. Cuts inside Ferran. Ferran Torres on his left foot. Can't get the power that he needs. Couldn't generate any sort of power at all in that shot. Gets it on target at least, but just rolls it into the Swedish goalkeeper's hands. But Ferran's been lively on that right-hand side today for Spain. Really has. Followed by Olsen. Nodded on in behind to Isak. Could get his first touch of the ball. Doesn't get a chance. Emil Smith-Rowe is a 4-3-3. He wants for City next season. Ederson in goal. Laporte, Diaz at the back. Cancelo, Nuno Mendes, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Foden, Kane, or Haaland and Sterling. Good team, Emil Smith-Rowe. Be nice to see. Here's Olmo. Morata. Offside, Alvaro Morata. Poor by Morata. Went too early there. I saw him wear the captain's armband for Spain as well the other day. Mistake at the back for Sweden, that chance he got. Just snatches out, doesn't he, Morata? Puts it wide. Surely as a manager, you keep watching it, Morata miss chance after chance. And Luis Enrique must be thinking, why do I start him? Why do I start him? Goal kick. Sweden have pushed plenty of men forward here. Of course, a free kick, because it was an offside. Header on here. Berg. Oh, Alexander Isak's in behind here. Isak! Oh, Llorente! Off the line. Wow, Alexander Isak beats the goalkeeper Simon. Marcus Llorente on the line. Tips it onto the post. And into the hands of Simon. Ridiculous stuff. Well, it just shows the quality of Isak. Very unlucky not to score there. Wonderful fullback play from Llorente. Defensive play to get back. But Sweden should be 1-0 up. Heroics from Marcus Llorente. Emil Smith-Rowe says Bernardo Mahrez, Jesus Delap, Stephen Walker on the bench. Strong bench as well. Emil Smith-Rowe, we'll have to see next season. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Apparently, we're in for a very unexpected transfer window at the Etihad. From claims, you know, of how the transfer window's going to go. Lots of players leaving, coming and going. What a chance for Isak, though, there. Llorente, what a block it was. Honestly, to get back there, Isak pretty much gets his goal, really. He would have thought he'd scored. Llorente stood behind the goalkeeper, Simon. Tips it off the line, onto the post, and into the hands of Unai Simon. Well, that's Spain's warning sign that Sweden can be dangerous. They have got a good finisher up top in Isak. They've got to be careful. Here's Rodri. Wide to Llorente. They've got to capitalise on their chances, Spain. What a ball by Ferran into Morata. Gets it wide to Olmo. Oh, handball by Sweden in the box. Going to be a penalty for Spain, surely. Ball worked wide to Koke. Surely VAR will check that one out. Look like a clear handball. Llorente, Rodri. Back wide to Koke again. Into the box. Knocked away. Surely VAR is checking that. Swinging by Albert. Cleared away. As far as Torres on his head. Under pressure from Isak. Well played, Pau. Well played, Pau Torres. Emil Smith-Rowe says Fernandinho expected to be released, apparently. Well, I've just read this morning, in fact, that he's going to be staying. He signed the 1-year deal, so conflicting reports there. We'll have to just wait to see what is confirmed to be official. Here's Rodri. Strike from range, deflects behind for a corner to Spain. Well, if VAR are going to check this possible handball against Sweden here. Ooh. I don't think Olmo's getting on the end of it anyway. And the hands of Seb Larsson are by his side, but could have easily been given that handball. Maybe it would have been harsh if they had been given it. Time to swing a ball in. Can Spain get ahead on it? It is swung in. Robin Olsen out to punch it away. All the way back, the ball goes to Jordi Alba, captain. He's Olmo. Olmo with a strike! Ooh, saved by Robin Olsen. Hit it from range, Danny Olmo. Really got that in his locker. Good save by Olsen. Just dipped in front of him. Varane. Cross in. Laporte with a header. Fell to Llorente at the far post. Llorente across to Pedri. Forgot the ball. Here's Alexander Isak on the counter. And a really good bit of work from Rodri there to win himself a free kick. Emil Smith-Rowe says the big problem in 19-20 for City with Pep Guardiola was the injury to Laporte. Yeah, City had no other defenders, did they really? City, that's why they struggled. No defenders really. Stones in poor form. Otamendi was shocking. And we had Fernandinho at centre-back, didn't we? Which really didn't suit him. He loves a tactical foul. And as a centre-back, you can't really be doing tactical fouls in deep areas anyway. It's different when you're in midfield. So here's a free kick for Spain that Rodri's just won. Cleverly. To get his body in between Isak and the ball. So 45 minutes played. This will be, it's probably Spain's last chance of the half possibly. Not be many stoppages. Swung in by Koke. Nice ball. Headed away by Olsen. Yet to confirm how many minutes of added time there has been. Koke. Into Varane. Emil Smith-Rowe believes Germany are underdogs. Everyone expects them to be knocked out. Yeah, I suppose. I do think they'll get knocked out though. 1 minute added time. We've played 50 seconds of it anyway. So it's looking like this game will finish at half time. All stale at 0-0. And all to play for in the second half. And that is half time. So Spain 0, Sweden 0. Isak's had a ridiculously good chance, which he finished, but Marcus Llorente cleared it off the line. Spain have been the better side by far. Dominated Sweden. Really dominated Sweden. I'm just showing the replay this Isak chance. Was it actually going in or was it going wide? Ooh, I think it's going wide. I don't think Llorente even blocks it off the line. I think it's going wide. Anyway. Nearly put it in his own net, really, Llorente. And somehow it just bounced into Simon's hands. So half-time 0-0 between Spain and Sweden. We will have a short break over the half-time period. Feel free to comment any questions you want me to answer in the live chat. It's been a decent game. Sweden are hanging on, really, aren't they? But they do have that little bit about them, Sweden, especially through Isak, that they could nick a goal and maybe cause a massive upset. A second one in this group. So Spain 0, Sweden 0 half time. We'll be back after this little short break where we might see in the second half Spain go on and do what we expect of them, or Sweden to get a lucky or perhaps not lucky goal that sends them. Would it be top? It would be top, I believe, of this group. We'll be right back after this short break.
protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
So welcome back to the We Are City channel. Second half between Spain and Sweden is not too far away now. And Spain have been so dominant, as Bruno in the live chat has said there. Spain just so dominant. And you're quite right, Bruno. You can't put it in a better way, really. They have absolutely dominated Sweden, but they haven't scored. And that is massive. It really is massive. And it makes a massive difference, doesn't it? Sweden have had a glorious chance with Isak. Good defending from Marcus Llorente. But that little chance, I think if it wasn't for that chance, I would have been dead set that this is either going to be a draw or a Spain win. I didn't see any way to Sweden get anything from this game. But that little chance makes me think that Sweden, they've just got something about them, haven't they, that means they could score. Spain-wise, the only way they're going to score, it seems, is if they bring on Gerard Moreno and get Alvaro Morata off the field. I know Morata loves to press in the way Enrique wants. He loves to close players down. He makes good movement. But the problem is he can't finish his chances. And that's going to be an issue for Spain throughout the tournament, I believe. And I think it's proven today, hasn't it, really, that if Spain don't get someone who can actually shoot, they're going to really struggle in this year's tournament to win and to go far. I mean, they might get through the group stage. You probably will get through the group stage. There's going to be no problems with that. But then when it gets to the sort of games where it's just a one-off game, it's a knockout game, you've just got to win, they're not going to get that goal, are they? They'd have to take teams to extra time, to penalties even. And that's a big problem for Spain, because I don't think defensively they're even solid enough to hang on for that long. So they do need to start playing Gerard Moreno, in my mind, the top Spaniard goal scorer in La Liga this season, behind the likes of Lionel Messi and so on. And Alexander Isak, another one who's up there with him on the opposite side for Sweden. So we shouldn't be too long away from kickoff now, where we'll get to see who will be the winner of this game, and whether it'll just stick as it is now at a draw, which is a very likely scenario. Spain are a top side, they really are. I tell you who's been really impressive today, Koke in that midfield. I think he's been really good for Spain. He's been picking out those killer passes. He's been, getting into the box. That's sort of Ilkay Gundogan in a sense, where he just drifts into the box in the right place at the right time, sort of under the radar, really, makes those late runs into the box. The issue is when he's got into the area, his finishing hasn't been up there, but he's not that sort of midfield that's in there getting the goals, really, Koke. It's never been really about his game. They have got players that are maybe more suited to that sort of game on the bench. Maybe a Thiago. I think he's probably a bit better in front of goal, but again, he likes to sit deeper and make things tick. We'll have to see what happens in this second half, whether Lucas Enrique makes a change. And of course, this tournament is a little bit different to the previous tournaments, because you can make 5 substitutions. 5 substitutions is massive, and that can really change a game. That's nearly pretty much half your team, isn't it? To take off and bring other players on. And also throws us, who are you talking about? What about Koke, the midfielder, top player? He really is, and he's run the game from midfield. He's made some really good runs. It's just he hasn't been able to finish. So the Spanish fans there celebrating, showing off their flags. Hopefully, showing off the fact they're going to see their side win this game against Sweden, which you expect them to win, really. I think they are. Well, you would say they were favourites with Poland to go through in the group. Poland, after that defeat to Slovakia, makes things a lot different, doesn't it? Maybe Sweden get a draw here today, then a win against Slovakia, they would be second favourites to go through. So Sweden versus Spain, Euro 2020, second half in this group is underway. And surely we see more of the same in the second half. I can't see Sweden changing their game plan. I think they'll be very happy, won't they, with a draw? I think they really will be happy. Here's Llorente. Laporte into Pau Torres. Jordi Alba. Back to Pau Torres, who's been impressive at the back. Very composed footballer. Bruno says, imagine Sweden nick a terrible goal to win. They might do, Bruno. They very much might do. I mean, to Sweden, or to any team, really. It doesn't matter if it's an own goal or it somehow bobbles over the line. As long as it goes in, as long as you win the game, you don't care, do you? You don't have to score the most beautiful goal every time. At the end of the day, it matters about those 3 points. It matters about the scoreline, doesn't it? Not about how you played. Good pass by Alba into Olmo. Nice idea in behind to Morata, but the pass was poor. Morata A little bit overzealous there. And he's pressing in through the side of Lustig. And that is a free kick to Sweden in the box. Emil Smith throws this. Why do you think Pep never beats Ollie? Maybe he doesn't want to beat Ollie. Maybe he wants Ollie to stay Manchester United manager because he knows they'll never challenge for anything if he is. Quite possibly. Bruno says, are you on Twitch? No, not at the moment, Bruno. Only on YouTube. But maybe live streams with gameplay, you know, FIFA or PES on Twitch at some point is something we look into in the future. Here's Unai Simon. Rolls the ball out to Pau Torres. Bruno says, Ollie at the wheel. Quite right. And let's hope Ollie always stays at the wheel at Manchester United. We'll never see them win anything. Nothing major anyway. And here's Laporte. Little 1-2 with Llorente. Pau Torres. Pedri dropping deep. Allowing Jordi Alba to stay high and wide. Almost gone narrow. Ball in by Alba to Morata. Can't find him. Intercepted. Berg on his chest. Lays it off. In behind to Isak here. Here's Alexander Isak. Great footwork from the big man. Good spin as well. What a bit of play from Alexander Isak. And he wins his side of free kick. What a footballer he is. What a footballer Alexander Isak is. Great play from Isak here. He's such a good player. He really is. Get him to Manchester City. Forget Harry Kane. Forget Haaland. Get Alexander Isak to Manchester City and give him a chance. So Sweden look to lump a ball into the box here. Sebastian Larsson stands over the free kick. Good player from dead ball situations. And he swings it all the way to the far post. What a cross that is. Oh, what a ball by Sebastian Larsson. They've got 3 men, Sweden, 3 in the middle. And whoever went to cross it absolutely fluffed it. Absolutely fluffed it. Isak and Berg stood waiting for the cross. I think it was Lustig who missed it. Such a shame for him. Oh, he's kicked the cross into his own foot here. Bruno believes it's coming home. You never know, Bruno. It could be, couldn't it? Emil Smith-Rowe says, I'm proud of Arteta. He taught Sterling everything. Sterling missed him. I suppose. I think people do overrate Arteta a little bit, don't they, of what he did for City, because they've been good without him. Here's Olmo. Look for that space in behind. So Morata with a shot. Olmo looked wide to that man on the left-hand side. Albert. He deflect through to Morata. Morata put it wide. Emil Smith-Rowe says, are you doing a PES Euro tournament? Well, of course, Emil Smith-Rowe. We have got a 6-part special series. It is on the channel. And it starts tomorrow, every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30. Me and 3 other friends will be playing a little bit of footballing challenges combined with the Euro tournament to see who can win it. And we're drawing teams randomly to find out which teams we get, who we will represent. That's something I think you'll enjoy. And that starts tomorrow at 4:30. We've got a little reminder going up on the channel anyway in our community tab. Sweden with the ball here. Ball forward by the centre-back. All the way past Berg. And through to Unai Simon. Here's Laporte. I think it does make it a bit of an issue in being a left footer on the right hand side. Lacks that balance maybe of the passing range, the centre-back positions. But it's worked so far for Spain actually. Here's Torres. Laporte. Llorente. Spain working the ball well. A lot of passes across the back line from left to right. No real passes going into the midfield. Trying to break the lines here. Laporte's looking for it though. Llorente. Wide to Ferran Torres. Back to Llorente and back through to Laporte. Wide to Llorente once more. Looking for a crosses. Marcus Llorente. in the middle to Morata. Switches it really nicely out. Wide on his left foot to Jordi Alba. Who lofts one into the box here. Cleared away by Victor Lindelof and behind for a throw-in to Spain. The pressure begins to build again. Similar to the first half. Sweden just looking for a chance to counter an out ball. A little bit of a break. Morata, good movement up front here. Jordi Alba. Olmo. Nice idea into the middle. Cleared away by the defender. Morata picks it back up on the edge of the box. Good strength by Morata. Alba. Pedri. Here is Pedri. Good skill. Morata. Rodri all the way back he goes. To Torres. Good work by Spain again though. Let's go. Llorente. Looks for a ball into the box. Cleared away. Didn't get maybe 2 yards in front of him, that ball from Llorente towards the box. What I like about the way Spain crosses, the crosses that go into the box, they don't seem to be sort of, how would I say it, whip crosses. They seem to be very well placed crosses. Another one here sort of lofted into Ferran Torres and deflects through to Robin Olsen. Bruno believes Lindelof is the most horrendous defender he's seen in his life, next to David Luiz. Well, that's pretty poor, Bruno. I don't think he's that bad, to be honest with you. I don't think David Luiz is that bad either. I have seen some bad defenders. I think Maguire makes Lindelof look bad just because they both really do lack pace, don't they? And next to each other, they make each other look even slower than the other one. And I know, I suppose, in the Stones and Diaz partnership that City have, you've got two centre-backs there that are not so quick, but they work together well. Maguire and Lindelof just don't seem to have any connection together, do they, at all, to work together for whatever reason. Emil Smith-Rowe believes Gerard Moreno has to come on. Me too, especially for Morata. Long throwing though for Sweden here through Lindelof. Isak's on looking if he can get a run into the box here. Lindelof goes short actually with the throw. Olsen lumps it to the far post to Isak. Knocked away by Llorente. Isak goes for a shot. Sweden still with the ball here. Forsberg. All the way back he goes. This is where Sweden struggle though as soon as they pass the ball backwards. Because Spain press, Sweden panic. They haven't got any composure in the ball and just lump it forward. And they have again here to Berg. Head away by Laporte. And Spain win possession back again. The crosses look good because Lindelof fails to connect. So the cross and forces the right back to tuck in, says Bruno. Yeah, maybe his position's an issue. But I think Wan-Bissaka's position is also an issue at Manchester United. Emil Smith-Rowe, I keep doing the PES option file and I can't seem to do it. That's frustrating for you. I'm not sure how to fix it, to be honest with you. There must be a way to solve that, Emil Smith-Rowe. You might have to just give it the good old Google. Use the Google machine. Have a search, see if anyone else is having the same problems. I'm sure someone may maybe be able to help you. I'm not quite sure. I've never had that issue. Here's Lindelof with a long throw in for Sweden. Launch into the box again. Berg gets ahead on it. It looked like it was a foul the other way, to be honest with you, but it's a foul to Spain. And he has got his hand on Jordi Alba, but Rodri's got two hands in the back of the Swedish player. And Alba just throws himself to the ground there theatrically when he side a free kick. Did you see Spain 6, Germany 0, says Emil Smith-Rowe. I did. A Ferran Torres hat-trick. Embarrassing Manuel Neuer. Bruno says, what? No, not Wan-Bissaka. I've known that Wan-Bissaka's a good player, Bruno. He's probably the worst defensive fullback I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. But I think his defensive positioning, when they cross it to the back post, is poor. But it could be Lindelof. Could be Lindelof that's the issue and not Wan-Bissaka. Well, if you've commented on a video Emil Smith-Rowe, hopefully someone will be able to help you out. I'm sure someone will know. Hopefully someone's kind enough to help you with that issue. Here's Pedri. Albert. Bypasses Rodri all the way back to Torres. Here's Ferran Torres. Laporte. Expel is back. Good to have you, Expel. Here's Ferran looking to take on the fullback here, Ferran. He's done well. Koke. Ball in behind by Morata here. Too much for Ferran Torres. Miscommunication there between the two players. Bruno says the full name Weepes. Now that's a big point, Bruno. That's very helpful. If Emil Smith Rowe hasn't done that, your full has to be called Weepes or it will not recognise it. Bruno says Wan-Bissaka is the best 1v1 defensive. Yeah, I agree with you, Bruno. Best 1v1, but his defensive position is shocking. Really shocking. Olsen there with a kick that went straight out of play for Sweden. Torres. Really impressed by Pau Torres. Very composed central defender. Pedri. Olmo tucking inside, gives Alba space. He makes a poor pass to Dani Olmo though, first time. Intercepted by Larson. Ball over top to Berg, who's kept it in, Berg, and he's won his side of throwing off Rodri. Well done, Berg. Good play from the Swede. I think Spain could play another 90 minutes and they still wouldn't score with Morata up top. They've got to make a change. Luis Enrique has got to take Alvaro Morata off. Bruno wonders why Ward-Prowse wasn't picked. No idea, to be honest with you, Bruno. I feel like, you know, England, they scored, what, 12 goals at the last major tournament? 9 from set pieces. They could have done with a set piece taker in James Ward-Prowse. I mean, they got a few free kicks in dangerous positions, didn't they, in the game the other day against Croatia. I think Ward-Prowse would have put those in that Trippier hit the wall with. And here comes Spain again. Koke, Morata, Koke. Laporte. Pau Torres. Wide to Jordi Alba. Pedri. Alba again. Pedri. Rodri all the way back to Torres. Laporte. Wide to Llorente. Koke. Ferran. Manages to touch it into the path of Pedri. Lifts it over the top for Jordi Alba. On the wing here, Alba. Looks to get a cross in. Missed touch by him. Morata keeps it out for going for a goal kick. It's a throw-in to Sweden, but deep in their own half. Seb Larsson wants a free kick. He's not going to get one for that. Threw himself to the floor way too easily with the Swede. Really poor by Alba, though, with a touch there. Oh, he's hardly anything in that. And Seb Larsson, he's trying to win a free kick, knowing his side's in danger. Rodri there. Misplaced pass again. Made a few of those today. 60 minutes played and Spain, no goal. Here's Olmo. Pedri. Good skill. Into Olmo again. Back to Pedri. Through the back of Dani Olmo. Advantage played. Pedri into Laporte. Can Spain break down this Sweden defence? They've been stubborn so far. Robin Olsen's had a decent game, actually, the goalkeeper. Made a couple of saves. Pedri. Rodri. Good movement from the holding midfielder. Rodri. Wide to Alba. Alba lifts one up. Picks it back up after deflection. Alba still. Gives it away to Sweden. Good skill from Olsen. Isak. Counters on. Here's Berg, who looks a mile offside. They play on Forsberg. Alexander Isak in space. Isak. Oh, Isak. Isak. Oh, what a bit of play from Alexander Isak. Puts it to the far post and Berg misses it from a yard out. Isak. What feet this big man's got. What a bit of skill from Alexander Isak here. To the far post for Berg for a tap-in and he puts it over the bar. What more can this man do? He's an absolute superstar, Alexander Isak. He's got a release clause of what, 70 million euros, around 65 million? That's a sort of Manchester City sign you see, isn't it? Release clause FC. Let's go and trigger that release clause. What a player he is. What a player he is, Isak. And he plays in a possession-based side in Sociedad as well. And La Real. It's not like he's just a counter-attacking player like he is for Sweden. Versatile. And his play styles. And he's looked class today. Ball control. You know, there. Just dribbling around 3 or 4 Spain players. Great stuff. Pedri over the top. Olmo tries to flick it onto Morata. Cleared away. Pau Torres back into the danger zone. Seb Larsson up and under. Gone out for a throw-in. Can't keep it in. Spain have got to wake up defensively. They've got to wake up. I think they're very calm, Spain, aren't they? They're just sort of watching the game pass by. Just expecting it all to be okay. Spain, they're just not... No urgency from Spain, it feels. Olmo with a pass. In behind Ferran Torres. They've got to make some changes. Bruno believes Greenwood is better than Isak. Yeah, possibly. I think they play different positions, don't they? Very different players. If I wanted a winger and I had a choice of Isak or Greenwood, I'd pick Isak. If I wanted a striker, I think I'd pick Isak. So Olsen's going to pump it long, and he does. Header by Rodri away. Albert. Don't know what more Alexander Isak could do for Berg. Put it on a plate for him after some really good work. And Berg put it over the bar, or wide. Morata. Llorente. Ferran Torres back to Llorente. Llorente again. Here they go again. One more time, Spain. Keep passing it. Pass it and pass it and pass it between the centre-backs. There's no forward passing, is it? Laporte. He's trying to work the ball forward. Into Morata. Just headed it. Straight up in the air, Morata. Isak. Here they come again, Sweden. Isak. Oh, here he goes again, Alexander Isak. He's still going here. In a fight with Laporte. Gets bodied by Laporte. Good strength by Aymeric Laporte. But he's just a classy player, isn't he? He really is. Bruno says, Isaac's a young Zlatan. Quite possibly. A young Zlatan with pace. Incredible stuff from Isak again there. Here's Llorente. Still coming forward. Koke again. Crossing from Ferran. Straight off the head of the fullback for Sweden. Koke keeps it alive. Morata chases it. He'll keep it in, Morata. No, he won't. He'll dribble it straight out of play. Get him off, Enrique. Oh, my word. I couldn't think of 2 worse substitutions, to be honest with you. Thiago, fair enough. Although, he's not really an attacking change. But the substitution of Pablo Sarabia. What sort of change is that? Do not think we should have Pablo Sarabia coming on. I thought it was a foul by Laporte and Isak there. Got away with one. So, double substitution. Rodri off for Thiago. So, it looks like Thiago will probably sit in that midfield. And Pablo Sarabia on for Morata. What is this substitution? He doesn't even get a game for Paris Saint-Germain, does he really, Sarabia? And he's the go-to man for Spain. Not good enough. Really not good enough. Should be Gerard Moreno. What's he got against Gerard Moreno? It's like Iago Aspas. What has Enrique got against Iago Aspas? He should be in the squad. Especially ahead of Adama Traore. Even Iyarzabal would have been a better change, I believe. I don't know what Enrique sees with Sarabia at all. I really don't. He seems to rate Sarabia. In Sweden, Larsson. Forsberg leaves it. Olsen. Ooh, just can't get in the end of it. Llorente's quick. Spain with a counter. Really poor pass from Ferran Torres. He might be the next man to come off, really. Bruno says Morata's miss was horrendous. It really was, wasn't it? Why is Adama there? He's just a buff pace merchant. Well, I can sort of see a tiny bit, Bruno, why Adama is in the Spain squad. Because he's something different to what Spain have got. Spain don't really have a quick sort of player that can get in behind. Full of technical players that are intricate players. They needed someone like Adama, I suppose. But then take Iago Aspas ahead of Sarabia, surely. Sarabia is very similar to what you've got, just worse. Here's Llorente. Koke. Thiago. He'll make things tick in midfield, Thiago. It's a risk taking off Rodri, a less defensive midfielder. Thiago's not going to win the battles in that midfield. He's a terrible tackler as well. Pedri on this left-hand side. Jordi Alba. Thiago. Lifts one wide to Llorente. Cross in. Cleared away. Another cross in. Jordi Alba on the end of it. Olmo on the volley. Slices it and it bobbles wide of the post. Not good enough. Not good enough at all from Spain. Really isn't. A double substitution for Sweden. See what's going to go on here. Well, Berg is coming off for Sweden. For Robin Kajsen. He was the man I said that was maybe the only sort of impact sub off the bench for Sweden. I knew he's the second substitution. Kajsen's on the number 22. Good player. And it's Klaassen who's coming on for Alexander Isak. So Isak is coming off. That is a big decision. He's been top class today, Alexander Isak. Really has. So taking him off, maybe they rested him. They're going for the draw here. Anderson's side, Sweden. If only Fati was fit, says Bruno. I know, yeah. He would have been a top player to have in that team. And Nathan Kerr says Patson Daka being linked with Leicester. Well, that'd be a good signing for them, wouldn't it? But they already got so many strikers anyway. The Iheanacho and Vardy. And I'm sure Fabrizio Romano reported that they were in talks with Edouard from Celtic. So let's see how that goes if they get Patson Daka. Reportedly, Patson Daka can be bought for £17 million. That is an absolute bargain for someone who scored a ridiculous amount of goals. Yes, in the Austrian league. But he's scored a ridiculous amount of goals, hasn't he? And some ridiculous goals as well. And I think he would do well in the Premier League. So we'll take a risk on him. But for 17 million, it's not much of a risk, is it really? Nathan believes we should sign Andre Silva. Yeah, he's definitely an option, isn't he? My only issue is he failed at Milan and he failed at Sevilla. So he could fail in the Premier League. Seems like he's worked in the Bundesliga, but nowhere else. Free kick to Spain for a little push on Thiago here. Taken quickly by Laporte. Torres, wide to Koke. Llorente, wide this right hand side. Ball in the middle to Ferran Torres. Great work by Ferran. Ferran on his left foot. Good block. By Lindelof it was and cleared away. Bruno says he can't wait to see Joao Felix in action. Me too, but he's been poor for Portugal, hasn't he, really? I don't think he'll actually start for Portugal tomorrow. Olmo. Tackled by Olsen here, who's claiming a stamp on him, is it, by Olmo? Down holding his knee, maybe he's just twisted his knee here. The midfielder Olsen. Or was it a clash of knees? We'll see it here. Just a clash of knees between him and Olmo. Oh, a little kick out by Olmo as well as he tried to reach for the ball. Hardly anything in it, really. Making the most of it. Wasting a bit of time. Bruno says he's still so bright. Yeah, he's a fantastic player, Joao Felix. I think he made the wrong move, didn't he, to Atletico Madrid? I think he really did. Here's the counter. Sarabia. Oh, gives the ball away as usual. Shocking. Get Sarabia. Why? I just don't understand why Sarabia's on the field. I really don't. Thiago. Pedri. Come on, Spain. Let's see a bit of energy in this final third. Olmo. Always looking to go inside on that right foot. Pedri. Poor touch. Torres. Poor pass by Pau Torres. Sweden on the counter here. Could do it with Isaac. Pau Torres with a great tackle. Made up for his mistake. Ball in behind by Sweden, which will run all the way through to Pau Torres easily. And he'll go back to Simon. Well, if Spain think that they may be the challengers for the Euros, they're not making a big announcement of themselves here at the tournament, are they? Not been good enough at all. Lacklustre, lacking spark, energy, desire. Is Pedri. Albert. Thiago, wide to Llorente. In behind here to Sarabia. Sarabia, good work. Cross across the box. To no one. Llorente. Good strength. Done well there. Llorente. Cross into the box here. Olmo. Danny Olmo. Deflection. Oh, it nearly went in. Danny Olmo's shot was hit with power, but it hit the defender right in front of Robin Olsen. Took all the sting out of it, and he just bobbled through to the goalkeeper. Llorente did well to get it back in. It's not a bad cross. I think it's Gerard Moreno's time, is it? Finally. And Oyarzabal time, which is good. Two really good substitutions. I believe it will be Olmo. Surely Olmo and Ferran Torres for Oyarzabal and Gerard Moreno. And it is. So off comes Ferran Torres, off comes Dani Olmo. Gerard Moreno and Mikel Oyarzabal comes on. Two top quality players. Two players I rate very, very highly. And hopefully, two players that can make the difference for Spain here. Moreno through the middle. Sarabia on the right. Oyarzabal on the left. The Sweden player is still down here. Looks like he's got a thigh or a groin injury. He's going to get back to his feet. We'll see here. A strike from Olmo. Very good block. The defender who made the block, actually, Lustig it was. I think he's pulled his groin stretching to block that shot from Dani Olmo. Taking the time here, aren't they? Sweden. I think wasting a bit of time, really. Emil Kraft, Newcastle United fullback, is going to come on to replace Lustig, the injured Lustig. Perhaps he can make a difference. Getting forward, I think he scored, didn't he, in that game between City and Newcastle early on. Got the opening goal from a corner. Did Emil Kraft. So a danger from set pieces. The ball by Oyarzabal is played straight back. Very sportsmanlike all the way through to Robin Olsen. Who's going to be sending this as far forward as he can do out of his hands. Oh, it's a shocking one from Olsen straight into the path of Spain. Ball over top here to Gerard Moreno. Good defending. Moreno tries to hold the man off. Oh, Robin Olsen. Shocking kick from the goalkeeper. I said he was bad at the start of the game. His distribution's worse than his saving. Moreno nearly with a chance there. Robin Olsen's defenders bailed him out. He's going to have a second go at it now. That's a better one from Olsen. It's not straight out of play for a throw-in. Absolutely shocking. From the ex-Roma man, the ex-Everton man. Here's Pau Torres. Albert. Moreno. Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal again. Pedri. Nathan says finally Moreno is playing exactly, Nathan. Finally somebody who can actually shoot. Let's hope he gets the winner. And if he does, we might see Luis Enrique Start him ahead of Morata. Surely he's got to start him then. If Moreno scores now. Well, there's an atmosphere in the ground here, Seville. Trying to get the atmosphere rocking. Oh, the fans. Kyson throws himself to the floor. Don't get a free kick for that one. Spain could counter now. Llorente. Sarabia made a really strange run there. Llorente was never going to find him. There is Sarabia. Into Thiago. Great switch out wide to Jordi Alba. Really nice play from Thiago Alcantara. Alba into the box. Cleared away. Poor cross. Sweden look to counter again. Thiago's done really well here. Really good play from Thiago in midfield. Sarabia. Looking for a pass. Can't find one. Goes back to Llorente. Sarabia once more. Llorente again. And Sarabia. And back to Llorente. Finally, Llorente goes to someone else. Pau Torres. Pedri. This is better. A little bit of a run from Pedri. Pedri, ball into Moreno. Oh, gets it into the middle to Sarabia, but it's cleared away. Unai Simon. Out of his box. It's good when we see players running at someone, though. This is what Spain lack. A player who's going to run at someone. Maybe hence why Adama Traore has been taken. Thiago. Llorente. Koke here. Has the ball pulled back to him. Sarabia. Ball into the box. Good defending again by Sweden. Only as far as Llorente, though, on his far right hand side. Pulls it back to Sarabia on his left foot. Sarabia to the far post. Jordi Alba running in. Punched away by Robin Olsen. Collected by Pedri. Torres. Nearly 80 minutes played now. Spain have not got long to try and find a goal. All for Sweden to nick one. I'm at Laporte. Koke's fine. Llorente. Moreno. Llorente. On this right hand side, Spain looking just to work the ball through. Maybe it's going to take a bit of a moment of magic. Someone's hit a screamer from long range or something. Pedri's lost the ball here to Sweden. Sweden counter. Bruno says, when's the next stream? Tomorrow at 5 o'clock or 4:30 for the game between Hungary and Portugal. And then after that, at 8 o'clock, the game between France and Germany. So 2 big games for you to enjoy with us here on the channel. Cramp already for Olsen, I believe. Chance, replay here, the chance Sarabia swung in. Olsen came out and palmed away. Didn't really grab it, did he, Olsen? You think he could have caught that, really? Goes for the strange sort of just palms it away. Into a dangerous position. Luis Enrique is jumping for it. He's ready to head the ball in the net on the sidelines. And again, Sweden slowing the game down by doing this. Down with an injury. Wasting time. Letting the minutes and the seconds tick away. The referee's saying to the Sweden staff here, if the player's injured, get him off. Taking a very long time here. Up he gets, there's Olsen. Not sure if it's cramp or a calf injury. But he's taking his time here as he limps off the field. We're going to show another replay of it. He fouls Pedri. I think it's just cramp. Looks just like cramp here for Olsen, the midfielder. He's taking his time here, isn't it? He's only got cramp. Really is taking his time. Just waiting and waiting now. Is this about 2-3 minutes here that Olsen has been down the floor? Play continues. Sweden with the ball over the top here. Laporte reads it. So does Llorente. And he goes back to Laporte. Unai Simon picks it up. Thiago. Olsen's on, but he's running with a limp. Oh, Thiago, really poor pass. Wins the ball back though straight away. after that shocker of a pass there. Ooh, big tackle on Moreno there. He's back up Moreno. Thiago, space for Pedri in the middle. Thiago finds him. Can Pedri sort of drive at this Sweden defence? Pedri still. Good work from Pedri. To Jordi Alba, into the box too. Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal! Oh, across the box somehow. No one on the end of it. Great play by Oyarzabal. No one there. So here, Spain have had 13 attempts, 3 on target. Sweden, 4 attempts, none on target. Great chance there, though. For someone to be in the middle. There's no one there. Here's Pedri. Albert. Thiago. Oh, over it. Passed by Thiago. Olsen's gone down again. With the cramp. Looks like this is definitely going to be a 0-0 draw here. Would it be the first draw of the tournament? Spain haven't been able to break Sweden down. I think Sweden, tactically, they've got it right today, and they know. I mean, I think the manager knows by taking Isak off and Berg, who've done a lot of hard work up top. You're going to get 2 players who'll come on in the next games and then try and get the 3 points in those next games. A draw against Spain is a very good result. So here come the 2 substitutions for Sweden. Olsen limps off once again. And he takes his time once again. So Cal Just comes on for Christopher Olsen. The number 26. Looks a young man, actually. Cal Just. On his 5th cap for Sweden. No pressure. And Bengtsson is going to come on the number 5 for who? Forsberg. Emil Forsberg, who walks off the far side of the field. So I think that's a fullback for a winger. Very clear what Sweden's tactics are going into these last 5 minutes or so. And here comes a throw-in for Sweden. Launch forward. Oyarzabal in there. Giving away. Sweden try and get it forward once again. Llorente. Laporte. Pau Torres. Oh, slack pass by Torres again. He's better than that. He's better than that, Pau. I think his Alba's positioning isn't the best either. He's going too wide, I think. Well, Fabian Ruiz is coming on, which is a very strange substitution from Enrique. Don't think that's the sort of change he should be making, but maybe Enrique believes Fabian can find that killer ball. Here's Pau Torres. Pedri. Maybe it's Pedri who's coming off, although he's the only one. Got a bit of drive. Pedri's give the ball away, though, now. Spain working hard to win it back, though. Well done, Gerard Moreno. Moreno, ball into the box here. What a cross. No one gambling. Pablo Sarabia. Just stick your legs out, Sarabia. Laporte chests it down. Good play by Laporte. Hojaka says, which team are you backing other than England for the Euros? Italy, Hojaka. They're my team. I believe will win the Euros. I don't know why. Just got a feeling Italy are going to do it this time. Pedri with the ball into the box. A little push in the box there by Sarabia on the Swedish defender. Pedri. Spain are struggling. They really are struggling here. I don't think Spain have got a chance of winning it, Hojaka. They've been absolutely terrible today. We haven't seen France or Germany play yet, of course, or Portugal, which are 3 of the favourites also. Here's Pedri. Oh, given away by Oyarzabal. I mean, Sweden haven't even got anyone up front now. They literally are just sat waiting for Spain to try and create something, and they can't create anything. Fabian might not even get on the field. Thiago. Coque. Thiago again. Need to move the ball quicker. Spain. Need someone to sort of make a difference. Have a run at a player. Try and beat a man. There's not much space to actually run at players, though. Sweden have that sort of player. themselves in Isak, who was beating 2 or 3 men, creating chances for his side. Spain could have done with them. Here's Yarzabal. Pedri, nice idea, through to Sarabia. Good defending by Sweden. Larsson. Foul by a Spain player. Hardly a foul, but it's enough to get a free kick for his side and give Sweden a bit of a breather. And more just a physical breather for Sweden, but a mental breather, isn't it, as well? Concentration they've had to keep. Oh, it's never a foul as well. Big dive by Sebastian Larsson. Koke is the man that's come off. On comes Fabian. Long ball forward here by Olsen. Llorente. Fabian. Into Pedri. Pedri making a bit of a drive forward now. Why is it Jordi Alba? Pedri once again. Thiago. Llorente. Sarabia. Fabian. Great substitution he was. Just gives it straight to the Swedish player. Poor by Fabian. Nodded on by a Swedish player for a counter, but it's not going to work. Pau Torres picks it up. Pedri. Need to move the ball quicker. No urgency from Spain at all. Moreno. Great ball over the top here to Albert. Oyarzábal drops deep. Oyarzábal got to be better than that. Linda says she can't believe this game's going to still 0-0. Yeah, it's been one of them games, isn't it, really? It's been all Spain. And she can't break Sweden down. Sweden have had some good chances. If Berg could finish, I think they'd be probably winning this game. Spain don't look like scoring at all. They're not creating chances for the striker. Morata had all the golden chances and he couldn't finish them. Pedri, Fabian Ruiz. Llorente. Sarabia. Fabian again. Oh, heavy pass to Thiago. Does well with it though. Pau Torres. Pedri. Good ball over the top here by Pedri. Jordi Alba across the box to Gerard Moreno. Good defending from Sweden. Corner. Really good defending there. Or is he offside? Good ball over the top by Pedri, by the way. 18 years of age, picking passes like that. Moreno tries to flick it towards goal. Really good defending. Well, Jordi Alba's onside here. The linesman to give offside. Never was Jordi Alba offside there. Poor decision from the linesman. Thiago on his chest. Ooh, Sweden throwing the bodies in there. What is Thiago doing? Oh, well done, Llorente. Trying to run Llorente here. The Swedish player is not going to be able to do it. Llorente is quick. Laporte. Back to Llorente. Went out that ball, it seemed. They play on. Fabian. Thiago. Pau Torres. Can Spain get a goal here right at the end? 89 minutes played. Pau Torres brings the ball forward. Pedri. Inside, outside. Great skill from Pedri. And again. Into Fabian Ruiz. Llorente. Crosses in Llorente. Chance Moreno! What a save by Robin Olsen. Gerard Moreno with a header. Just a glancing header from a left-footed in-swinging cross from Llorente on that right-hand side. And with the feet of Robin Olsen, he just gets it away. Is Oyarzábal. Great skill onto his left foot. Jordi Alba lifts it in again. Cleared away. Thiago with a header. Robin Olsen out from his goal to pick it up. 6 minutes of added time, everyone. 6 minutes for Sweden to hang on here to get a point. Gerard Moreno with a great chance. Good ball in by Llorente. Oh, Moreno, I think he should head it near post. He actually goes towards the far post. Ends up going straight down the middle, Moreno. A good save with the feet of Robin Olsen. So 6 minutes added time. There's plenty of room for excitement. Plenty of time for excitement. Thiago. Nice pass out wide to Jordi Alba. Risky, but you've got to take risks to get a reward at times. Fabian Ruiz. Fabian again. Brings the ball forward as Fabian. Ball into Sarabia. Into Gerard Moreno. Moreno on his left foot. Oh! Just dips up past the post. Tries to put it into the far post as Gerard Moreno. Really good attempt. Olsen never reaching that if it's on target. Really good save on the replay. The header from Gerard Moreno. Really good save from Olsen with his feet. Luis Enrique knows, doesn't he, that his side should have scored today. Really knows his side should have scored today. Spain back with the ball with Unai Simon in the goalkeeper position. Pau Torres, Pedri. Pedri goes forward now. The only player with a bit of running in him. Oyarzabal. Alba. Pedri again. Looking for that killer pass. Switched it to Llorente. Sarabia. Fabian Ruiz. Llorente. Pau Torres. Pedri. Ball over toppy to Jordi Alba. What a ball. Jordi Alba across the box. Moreno misses it. Oh, Pablo Sarabia. Open net. And he just hits him and bobbles towards the goalkeeper, Olsen. Jordi Alba, great work. Great ball again by Pedri. He's just got to get something on it. It's Sarabia. And he just lets it hit his thigh and bobble towards the goalkeeper, Olsen. Anything on this. It's going in. Anything with just a little bit of power. Just hits Sarabia. He hasn't a clue. Hasn't a clue as Pablo Sarabia. Bobbles through to Robin Olsen. Really poor from Pablo Sarabia. Maybe he couldn't see the cross that came across, but even so. And here's Alba. Jordi Alba had to pass it back to Robin Olsen. The Swedish players weren't so happy with Spain there as it was a drop ball. Trying to continue play. Olsen. Long he sends it. Pau Torres up there, up against the striker. Jordi Alba lumps it long. Sweden will let it go out for a throw. It's looking like a 0-0 this. As it has for most of the game. Sweden continue to waste time. Kraft forward. Thiago wins it back. He's fouled. And he still managed to work it wide to Fabian. Who's also then fouled. Who's not happy with that foul. Llorente. Laporte. Pau. Pedri. Into Oyarzabal. Works it wide to Alba. Back into Oyarzabal. Here he comes. Mikel Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal with a shot. Wins his side a corner. 1 minute to go. Corner for España. Chance to win it here. Oyarzabal goes across to take it. Every player, barring Jordi Alba, the captain, and Unai Simon, is up for this one. Thiago said he wants this one. Pau Torres is in there. Aymeric Laporte. Thiago swings it in. Header into there. It's just wide. I thought Olsen had saved it. Gerard Moreno heads it and it's wide. Julie says, how could there be no goals? Well, Alvaro Morata is the answer. There should have been a goal for Spain. Robin Olsen does really well to leave that, actually. Moreno, it just hits him in the face on that cross. 95 and 36 seconds played. The clock has gone off. It's been that long with 6 minutes added time. Olsen with a kick into Oyarzabal. Is the one last chance here? Alba. You've got to get the ball forward quick, Spain, if they're going to get a chance. Expel got his prediction correct, he believes, with a 0-0. Here's Fabian. Sarabia. Ball into the box. Good defending by Victor Lindelof. Lumped away by Sweden. And that is full time. A 0-0. I believe the first draw at the tournament. The first 0-0 draw anyway. I think there was a 1-1 draw between Wales, wasn't there? Earlier on in the group. That is so disappointing for Spain. A game they dominated. They believe they could have got something out of that. They believe they should have got something out of that. However, Sweden as well. They had some really good chances on the counter. So that ends today's Euro coverage. A 0-0 draw between Sweden and Spain. We will be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock. You'll get to see, of course, I think it's Portugal versus Hungary. And then later on at 8 o'clock, it's Germany versus France. 2 big games there and 3 sides, 3 favourites to win the competition. And of course, premiering tomorrow is our 6-part special Euro 2020 series, Footballing Challenge and playing the tournament on the PlayStation 5. So make sure you don't miss that as well. So thank you very much everyone for joining us on the stream. It's been great to have you, great to be back. Feels like a while since I've been on here doing the streams to the games. We'll see you next time.